What's going on, family? Grace and peace. This is your host, Javon Blue, on the Kingdom Talks podcast, where we're going to be talking about God, business, trading, manhood, marriage, and all the real stuff that's happening out there. So listen, sit back, relax, open up your Bibles, open up your notebooks, whatever you got to do, and let's get it. Sheesh, let's go. What up? What's going on, Kingdom Talks family? What's going on, man? It's been a while, but not that long. I'm excited, man. You guys know I'm always excited to give you guys insight, to give you guys, something beautiful where you can take it, you can run with it, and you can do something with it. And that is in the means of information. I believe that information changes situations, as E.T. will always say. And, the greatest thing that you can do living in the times that we're living in today is to get information, right? A lot of people, what they do is they sit in a mess without understanding why they're there. And then they don't seek to find the information that will keep them out of the mess, right? They're too busy looking for, somebody to, rinse them off of the mess, but then they end up, a couple of steps later, stepping right back into it. And you have to understand where you are before you want to go somewhere else, right? So what we're going to be doing, well, not what we're going to be doing, but what I'm going to be doing is starting a new season. This is season 5 of the Kingdom Talks podcast. And what I want this season to be about is I want this to be about the economy. I want this to be about finances. I want this to be about money. And let's look at it from a perspective of true Bereans, as we would say, for those people that are in the word. But let's look at it from a practical, a professional, and a prophetic view, right? Let's look at the economy from a lens of good expectations, reality, and wanting to change, like having a change of heart, having a change of mind to what it is that you're seeing today. Because a lot of what you're seeing today is a lot of negativity, right? Anytime a recession happens, anytime, a lot of things happen, that is bad when it comes to the flowing of our money within this economy. The only information that you're going to get is panic information, right? So I want you guys to understand this. And the episode, the title of this episode is going to be fearful when others, my bad. Be greedy when others are fearful. Totally butchered that. But it's from Warren Buffett, one of my greatest investors that are out there that I look up to, and also one of my favorite quotes. Be greedy when others are fearful. So we're going to expound on that for those people that's like, oh man, you're not supposed to be greedy in life and There's a bigger answer to that, and we're going to talk about it. But the other quote that Warren Buffett said, he said something so powerful. And I remember looking at this years ago, probably like 8-9 years ago, whatever, when, I wanted to get into finances. I wanted to become an investor. I wanted to just, look at things differently when it came to the world. He said something so important, and it still sticks with me today. He says, find a way to make money in your sleep, because if you don't, you will be working until the day that you die. Right? I'm going to say that again. He said, find a way to make money in your sleep, because if you don't, you will be working until the day that you die. One of the realest but truest quotes I have ever heard. And why is that so important? What we see today is a bunch of people who neglect information, and they only want to chase what they have been currently doing, right? What do I mean by that? We are in a recession, and some people would say we're headed to a recession. I believe that this is just a lower form of it. It's going to get worse, right? But for some people, it's getting better, right? And I'm going to dig down deep on that. But I want you guys to understand this, is that if you remain, right, if you remain with the same knowledge that you have about a thing, right, and it's already keeping you down, why would you stay with that same information but still expect more? Right? Albert Einstein said it best. He said insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. A lot of people are insane right now because what's happening is you're only digesting fear. You're only digesting panic from people who know nothing about the economy, nothing about what's going on with markets. They know nothing. Right. And what I mean by that is you're listening to the news all day. Right. You're just scrolling and people are like, get ready, get ready, get ready. But at some point, right, you have to pick up a book. You have to read a legitimate article, I would say, and listen to some individuals who have been in the game before a recession. Right. I'm going to say that again. Listen to some individuals that have been in the game before a recession, or they have been through a recession, right? Anytime that I want to hear about something that I want to succeed in, right, or learn about something that I want to succeed in, I immediately need to go to the people who have succeeded, right? I don't need to immediately go to what's negative. Yes, I observe it, but I do not digest it. And I hope that that's making sense. So Warren Buffett said, be greedy when others are fearful. What he meant by that is this. There's a lot of fear happening within the market. We look at the S&P 500, like we're looking at the Dow Jones. We're looking at, oil shooting up. Like we're looking at a lot of stuff right now, right? And what's happening is when we see the markets bleeding in the streets, right? It's a Bloody Mary out this mug. Like it's a whole lot going on. It's a lot of red everywhere. You don't want to be fearful, right? In that time, you want to be greedy. So the fear, right? When I'm a trader, right? I trade the markets. My favorite pairs are EUR, USD. I love trading the euro. I love trading the dollar, the S&P 500, and oil. Those are like my top four that I look at on the day-to-day basis, right? I believe that those just keep me abreast of what's going on. But anyway, right? When we're looking at that, right? When I'm looking at the market and I'm seeing a whole lot of red, I'm seeing it's tanking to the abyss of hell. Like it's going down, down, down. You know what I'm saying? So when I see that, right, what I see is opportunity, but what other people, right, see, amateurs and different individuals that, probably got into the market off of hype, probably got into the market off of, their uncle or somebody saying you need to get into this stock, whatever the case may be. So now we see a whole lot of blood going in the market. So a lot of people are selling because they are fearful of what the news say. And this is why I say, listen, get around some individuals when you get into this market game, when you get into having your money work for you game, get around some people who are doing the same thing. Because when it's time to test the realness of what it is that you do, right? If you want to become a trader, you want to become an investor, when it's time for that to get tested, you have to be around individuals who understand it. Because if you're hopping into markets, you're buying stocks, you're trading, you're doing all this different type of stuff, and you don't have no friends, you don't have no influences of individuals that are doing what you're doing, then you are automatically going to be a part of the fearful in the market. You're going to be a part of those individuals that cause the market to bleed. And now we're looking at it crazy, right? So when we're seeing that, right, that's the fearful part. What Warren Buffett is saying is be greedy when that is happening, meaning that is the time to buy. Right? That is the time you need to be buying up everything. That is the time. Now, not just, oh, man, the market's crashing. Let me just buy a whole bunch of stuff. No, You now need the fundamental analysis and the technical analysis to now look at it and be like, okay, this stock is for sale. Price, a lot of companies are for sale right now for, those people trading stocks, or like, the market looking juicy. Let me get in. And here's the thing, at the right time. And this is why you have to be a learned individual, because if you're not, you're just going to take that quote, be greedy when others are fearful, and just run with it, and then get into the market. And then now you got in too early, you got in too late, whatever the case may be, and yada, yada, yada. So you want to be that individual that understands the market so that he can or she can be greedy when others are fearful. And that's why it's such a beautiful thing. Anytime you see a lot of panic happening within our homes and, at the coffee shops and all the different type of stuff, you're hearing a lot of panic for individuals who have put their money inside the market, right? You don't want to give into that. You don't want to feed into that. The reason why, let me put it like this. From a trader's perspective, when I'm looking at the charts, I'm looking at the market, I'm looking at, the green and the red candlesticks is going up. We got bullish market, we got bearish markets, right? When I look at that, I'm looking at personalities. I'm looking at emotions in the market. I'm not looking at a bunch of bars. I'm not looking at a bunch of lines, but I'm looking at a bunch of people who are panicking because they don't know what to do. That is how an experienced person who understands the market looks at the market. All of those lines and the red and the green or the blue, whatever colors that you got your charts, all of that, what you're seeing, family, is emotions. People are emotional. So you don't want to give into the emotions of it. Now, why are they emotional, right? They are emotional because 9 times out of 10, right? The majority of people that are putting a large sum of their money inside the market have earned that money with their blood, sweat, and tears. The reason why you have a lot of wealthy people, right, or like institutions, right, that put their money inside the market and they're not panicking during this time is because they're not working for that money, right? They're investing off of the assets, right, that they have. Right. So when you see that happening, right, a lot of times people panic because they're like, do you know how much time, how many hours, how many days, how many years I had to take to get that money? And now I'm looking at 4 or 5 years of my time, energy, right, going down the drain right now. So guess what they do? They pull out, they sell, they do all this stuff, different type of stuff. So that is when you see a lot of panic happening in the market, but you have to be greedy when others are fearful, meaning that is the time you look for opportunity. The greed in this substance means opportunity, right? The fear, I would even say, is opportunity. So we're living in an opportunity right now for you to get the information that you need so that you can do what it is that you need to do to enter into the opportunities that present themselves in a so-called recession, right? And that's leading into the second quote of, listen, if you do not find a way to make money in your sleep, you will be working to the day that you die. Guys, I am an advocate for becoming a trader, learning how to sell, learning how to buy at certain times so that it can be a side situation that you can do within your life where you can take a part of your paycheck instead of that 401k, right? Like, forget all that. A lot of people, 401ks is bleeding right now, right? Because it's influenced by the market. So when you see that, why not you become the one who analyzes the market on your own? Become knowledgeable of that, because now you can know where you can put your money, right? And then, you can roll a whole lot of things over and different stuff like that. And that's a whole nother talk. But you now can get on the side of getting the information that you need to learn how to have your money work for you. And I believe that, those people who take heed to that information, it will be a beautiful, beautiful life. So be greedy when others are fearful, and find a way to make money in your sleep, or you will be working to the day that you die. Listen, man, I love you guys. This is just 15 minutes of our new season that we're getting into. And I pray that you guys really gain the understanding, right? The Bible says, in all thy getting, get an understanding, right? Wise words from Solomon. So get an understanding of this market, get an understanding of what a recession is, but also get an understanding of who is the most profitable during a recession, and you can be on the right track of where it is that we're going. So love you guys. See you guys on the next episode. Let's get it. Yo, what up, Kingdom family? Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Listen, I want you to hit up the block, hit up your job, hit up your family, your campus, your friends, whatever the case may be. Send them this episode. Let them know what we got going on. And I will see you guys on the next one. Let's get it.